Hi y'all, and welcome back to DIY Rowdy House. My name's Amber, and today I have two DIYs I want to share with you, plus some footage from our trip to Arkansas over Thanksgiving. I only have two this video due to the fact that kids have been sick. But let's go ahead and jump into DIY number one. This is a little "Let's Stay Home" sign that I got from Dollar General. I got it on clearance, so it says $2, but it wasn't. I know they have signs like this at Dollar Tree as well. I just remove the hanger, the staples, and then I'm going to remove with my little spatula the home piece. I tried to get it to come off in a whole piece, but it just broke apart, so I just removed that and then sanded everything down. And then I am going to take the wallpaper sheets that you can get from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to measure it and cut it down to fit on the inside of that sign. I just used my Fiskars paper cutter to cut that down to size, along with a pair of scissors. And I hold it up to the sign here and there to trim off a little extra, just so that it'll sit inside that frame like I want it to. And then I'm going to peel off the back and place it. Now, the first time that I did this, I ended up pulling up on the paper thinking I could slide it because it was not where I wanted it to be, and it ends up ripping. So I cut a new piece after peeling all the paper off, and then I lay it down and get it placed where I want it to be without any of the backing from the previous picture showing. And I just use my spatula, smooth it all down, make sure there's no air bubbles. I just want to say thank you to all of you that have watched my videos and liked and subscribed and shared. I really appreciate it. Now here I'm just taking some napkins that I found from Walmart. Now these I just thought were absolutely stunning. I love the deer picture on them. They're more of a winter to me, not just a Christmas. So I thought I could use this and keep it up all winter long instead of only having it out for Christmas. Now, there is only one spot on the napkin of the 6 pictures that actually has that shiny gold trim on it. So I take one picture, cut it out, get it to size, lay my Mod Podge down to adhere the napkin to, and I also peeled the backing away so it was just a single layer. I lay it down and get it all smoothed out and placed on there where I think it looks good. And I did add some more Mod Podge because I didn't think that I had enough on there. I did too thin of a layer. And I get it laid on there, get it smoothed out, and then once I get that done, I'm going to take the one with the actual gold trim at the bottom, and I'm going to lay it directly over the top of that picture. Just that way the deer itself looks a little bit darker and isn't so light and transparent. So I did 2 layers of the napkin with the same photo. And I wanted the gold shiny trim to be on top and showing. Now I'm just taking some of that Mod Podge and going over the top of the napkin itself to seal in that photo and picture. And then I just pat out any air bubbles that I find. And then I'm going to cut off the gold trim and the plaid from another napkin. And I'm going to double layer this as well, just as I did with the first picture. And I'm going to just trim it down, get it to the size that I think is going to work. And then I'm going to Mod Podge and lay that napkin with the backing off of it down at the very top with that gold trim facing downward. Get it all smoothed out. Add some more Mod Podge. Add my piece with the actual gold trim. Seal it with Mod Podge, and then this is what it looks like. And I tried to get out as many air bubbles as I possibly could. Which, I mean, there's still some here and there, but it's not that big of a deal to me. It gives it sort of a rustic look. Now I'm going to glue the hanger back on. And I take and cut down a popsicle stick and put that over where I glued at to hold that hanger in place and give it a little extra security. Now here I'm just taking some Greenery. This was just miscellaneous stuff that I got in a big box from a yard sale. I think I paid $5 for a whole tote full. These gold flowers, they came from a dollar bag from a yard sale. I cut them off of the little accent piece that they were on, and then used them to cover up the stems of the Greenery. Now I'm taking some Greenery, placing it in the top right hand corner, and then I placed a pine cone to cover up the stems. I did trim off the back of that pine cone before I glued it down. Then I'm taking some of that burlap curly ribbon from Dollar General, placing it next to the Greenery, and this is what it looks like. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I really like this one, and I'm going to keep it up all winter. DIY number 2. Now here, I actually got this idea from Sammie over at Unicorn Dust Designs. She made her kids' teachers some ruler Christmas ornaments, and I thought that they were just absolutely adorable and such an amazing idea for the teachers. So I decided that I'm going to make some for my kids' teachers as well. Now I just mark out where I want my cutoff spot to be, and I use the hole from the other ruler to put a marking to where I can drill that spot out for my hangers later on. I just use my little handsaw from Dollar Tree, trim them down. They were real easy to cut through. I just take some sandpaper that was left over from a previous project, sand down the ends, and then once I get them all smooth, I'm going to flip them all over, and I'm going to take some Dutch Boy clean paint and primer in the color Eggshell. It was left over from when we painted our room. I'm just going to give this a few good coats, let it dry in between coats, and then I'm going to measure this out and lay down my tape halfway, because I am going to be painting the back side green and gold, which is my kids' school colors. Now, once I get that tape down there, I pull out a little extra. That way I can actually tape down all 4 of the rulers. That way I can paint them all at one time. I'm going to give this a good couple coats of that Dollar Tree deep green paint by Rich Art. I'm going to let it dry in between the couple coats that I put on there. And then I am going to remove that tape. And I did have a little bit of bleeding, but I wasn't too terribly worried about it. Then I move my tape to the other side, and I'm going to take the color Gold by Tulip Soft, and this is more of an iridescent paint. So I use the sponge because I can pounce it, and I seem to get more coverage that way with this paint. And then I just go over all 4 of the rulers on this side, And then it also caused air bubbles in the paint. But once the paint dried, those air bubbles disappeared. And you see how I get that rich gold color. And I got that paint from a thrift store, and I only paid $1.29 for it. Now, I'm going to take some of that deep green Rich Art paint on my paintbrush, and I'm just going to clean that line up. And I do that for all 4 rulers. Then I'm going to take some of the leftover deep green paint. And I've noticed that if you take it and you put it on top of your already dried paint because it's wet, and you apply some pressure and rub back and forth, it will distress the paint underneath of it. So instead of distressing with water, I distressed with the paint itself. That way I would have spots that got a little bit thicker and spots that were thinner. Now I'm taking my drill and I'm going to drill out all them holes that I marked earlier with that ruler. I used a 3/16 drill bit for this, and it worked great. Now I'm taking that same deep green by Rich Art from Dollar Tree and this little refillable and reusable paintbrush that I found at Dollar Tree, and I'm just making a green watered down wood stain for the front side of my rulers. I do 2 coats of this per ruler, and this is how it turned out. Now I'm going to take my black furniture repair marker, and I'm going to cover up all the edges for all the rulers. And if you guys are enjoying my content, please like, subscribe, share, comment. I love talking to you guys. Now here, I got on my Cricut. I just printed out in a basic Cricut font that was free all 4 of the teachers' names. I trimmed down my vinyl, and now I'm just weeding the vinyl away from the name. Now, this vinyl is not the best. It kept pulling up in areas, so I just took my time, fiddled with it. It wasn't too terribly bad, but it was a little bit of a pain. I just transfer it using the transfer tape that you can get from Dollar Tree. It comes in a decent sized roll. It's real easy to use. Probably one of my favorites, honestly. Then I take some Mod Podge. I seal over all those names because I do not want that vinyl coming up or pulling off. Then I'm going to take some gold leaf flakes that I got from Amazon. This come in a 3-pack. It has the gold, silver, and rose gold. I think it was around $9 for all 3. I just use my Mod Podge to place it, and then I use my Mod Podge to seal it. And as you can see, I'm just real carefully working with the gold leaf, placing it just in sporadic places, lay down a little glue, place some more, then I go over it with the glue, so on and so forth. I mean, you guys sort of get the picture. And while I'm doing this, I have some wood beads. I have 3 large, 6 small. I did them in a water and paint stain in that deep green for the big ones. The little ones, I did a bright yellow by Apple Barrel, and I also used that iridescent tulip soft gold paint. I let them soak for a few minutes, then pulled them out, let them dry. I ended up needing more beads, so I stained more later on. I tie them on my jute string hanger, and here they are. I absolutely love these, and I'm sure my kids' teachers will too. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Stick around for some bonus footage. This is our trip to Arkansas. I caught a little bit of footage here and there. It was really rainy and foggy going through the mountains on the way down, so there wasn't a whole lot of footage that I could get, but I did get a little bit, and then I got some on our way home, along with a slideshow of pictures at the very end. Hope you enjoy. If you guys stuck around for the bonus footage and you're still here, thank you so much for watching DIY Rowdy House. I really appreciate you guys. Like, subscribe, and down in the comments, if you lasted this long, do me a favor and leave a car or leave a turkey. Thank you guys for watching. See you next time.